Hello everyone, I am Teja and I work with the Excelate team as an integration engineer. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can set up a Jira to ServiceNow integration using Excelate. Firstly, before we start, you need to install Excelate on your Jira instance as well as on your ServiceNow instance. Now, to install Excelate on Jira, you can go to the Atlassian Marketplace and you have to search for the Excelate app from there and then click on the correct app. That is, in our case, it will be Excelate to ServiceNow since we are integrating Jira and ServiceNow. So that's the app that you choose. And then once you click on that, you can go for a 30-day trial and Excelate will be installed on your Jira Cloud. Once you are into your Jira instance, the way that you access the Excelate app is you click on more and you go to apps and you have to click manage your apps from here. And then you go ahead and on the left hand side, when you click on manage your apps, you would be able to see the Excelate panel that looks like this. And right now we are under the connections tab. Now this is all set up for your Jira environment. Now, if you want to do the same thing on the ServiceNow side, you have to visit the excelate.com integrations page. And here, if you scroll down, these are the different trackers that Excelate supports. And you click on ServiceNow from here. And you have to fill up a form. And once you submit the form, you will receive an email which will have the Excelate for ServiceNow instance, which you will have to verify and then proceed. I will leave the installation video for Excelate on ServiceNow in the description, and you can view that video whenever, if there is something that you want to know more about the installation. Now, once it's also installed on ServiceNow, if you can see, this is my ServiceNow instance, and under and under that instance, this is my Excelate panel. So if you have a look at both these Excelate panels, you can see that they are similar. And that is the reason, even if you use Excelate with any other application, it's always going to be easy since the interface does not change at all. The first thing that you need to do with Excelate is to establish a connection between Jira and ServiceNow. Now, this connection is going to act like a secure pipe and it will authenticate both sides, that is Jira and ServiceNow. And once they are authenticated, then the information will flow between them very, very smoothly. For that, one side of the connection, one side initiates the connection and the other side accepts the invitation. So here in our case, let us start by initiating it from the ServiceNow side. But like I said, you can also start initiating it from the Jira side because the interface is not very different. So I click on initiate connection from here. And as you can see, you need to enter the destination instance URL. Now in this case, it's going to be the Jira instance URL. So I'm going to copy this and I'll paste it here. Now, after a brief pause, you will be prompted to select between these two modes, that is the basic mode and the script mode. There's a difference between these two modes, which I'm just going to tell you. The basic mode is for very, very simple integration cases. So for example, if you want to synchronize an issue, then only the issue type, comment, summary, description, and attachment. So these are the only 5 things that you can sync using the basic mode. And you cannot change these default mappings and you cannot configure them either. So it is suitable if you have very, very simple sync scenarios. So for those, you can use the basic mode. Issues can be synced from the Jira side, whereas on the ServiceNow side, you would be able to sync only incidents in the basic mode. Now, the basic mode also comes with a free plan that will allow you up to 1,000 synchronizations per month for free. And then we have something which is called as the script mode. Now, the script mode is more of a Groovy-based scripting mode that has predefined scripts, and you can configure even the most complex use case using the script mode. And that is the beauty of Exilate and a very, very unique feature that it has. And I will also walk you through how the entire script mode works. I click on next once I select basic, and then you have to verify if you have admin access to the destination instance or not. Now, I do have the admin access. That is the reason I clicked on yes, I have admin access. And as you could see, it redirects me to the Jira instance. Yeah. Now, once the admin access has been verified, you'll be prompted to select the project on the Jira side. Now, this project I am selecting from a drop-down list, and here I have opened this project up on the left-hand side, and I'm clicking on confirm. Now, once this is done, yeah, you have to enter an issue key from the project to continue. So I am going to my board, and since I don't have any issue, I'm creating a new one. Let's keep it very, very simple. And let us also add a description. And I'm clicking on save. So this is the issue key. So I am simply going to enter this issue key here. And I'm clicking on Exilate. And after a few seconds, you'll be seeing appropriate status messages on what the sync status is. And you will be seeing that in a while, in a few seconds, the issue has already been synced over as this incident on ServiceNow. Since I have access to the ServiceNow instance, I can simply click on that link, and that issue will be that incident will be opened in the ServiceNow environment so that you can refer to it. So this is the issue that has been synced. And like I told you, comments are comments, descriptions, summary, attachment, all of these things are synchronized from ServiceNow to Jira. So I'm just adding a caller here, and let us just add a simple comment. And I click on post. And yeah, and I am clicking on save. Now, to check if this comment has been reflected onto the Jira environment as well, the way that you do it is through Exilate panel. So I go to the Exilate panel and I click on Entity Sync Status. And I want to check right now the status of an incident, though you can do this for every other ServiceNow entity that is there. And you simply paste the incident number and click on search. But since you've already also seen that the comment has been reflected back to the Jira side. So this is how the basic sync will work back and forth between your Jira instance and your ServiceNow instance using the basic mode. Now, like I told you, if you want to configure and do something advanced with your sync behavior, then script mode is generally preferred over the basic mode. So let us also have a quick look at how the sync script mode works. Now, these are a few connections that I've already have. So this is just going to tell you that, what are the different applications with which you can use Exilate with. This is the one that we have just created. I am deactivating it right now. So give me just a second to deactivate it. Now, the procedure for creating a connection using the script mode is going to be the same for the basic mode, but we are just going to choose script instead of basic. So let me just show you. You click on initiate connection again. You copy this URL and you paste it here. And you choose script and click next. Now you have to give a local instance short name. So this local instance right now is going to be your ServiceNow instance. So you give a short name to it, maybe ServiceNow, and at the other end Jira, and maybe a name. And then as you can see, a connection name is automatically generated. So this is the connection name that was generated by concatenating these names. And you can change them if you want, the connection name. And then you can give a description as well. So I'm just adding a description here. And then I click on initiate. Now there's an invitation code that is generated. Now this invitation code is basically like a shared secret, which helps you authenticate both the source and the destination, and it contains the connection name and a few other parameters that are needed for, and the shared secret, of course, that are needed for authentication, and a few more. You copy this invitation code on the ServiceNow side and you click on done. Then you head over to the Jira site and you accept the invitation. So I'm pasting the code that I just copied and clicking on next. Again, the same way that you did for the basic mode, you will choose the project into which you want the incidents to sync into. And that's it. The connection has been established. Now, once that's been established, you need to configure your connection. So for that, you click on configure sync. And here on the ServiceNow side, this is the connection that we've just created. You simply click on the edit connection button here. Now, here I would like to emphasize on the point that Exilate supports decentralized integration. Now, what I mean by decentralized integration is that you can control your sync behavior from Jira independently and from ServiceNow independently. So that's the entire beauty of decentralized integration. So no admin, the other side admin will be messing up with your sync and vice versa. You get to choose what you send and what you receive. And that is possible using something which is called as rules. Now, as you can see, the screens are the same. Now, if you have a look at the rules tab, the rules tab is basically going to tell you what information you want to send between ServiceNow and Jira. And if you can look closely here, there is a section which says that it's an outgoing sync and a section that has an incoming sync. Likewise, on ServiceNow, you have the outgoing sync and the incoming sync. The outgoing sync will decide from ServiceNow to Jira what information needs to be sent. And on the incoming side, it will decide how you want to receive that information from ServiceNow and vice versa. So outgoing from Jira becomes incoming in ServiceNow. So that's the kind of mapping that's there. If you look closely at this, the fields that are given here are specific to the issue tracker or the application. So these are specific to ServiceNow and these are going to be specific to Jira. Again, a closer look. If you can see that we are syncing incident from here, there's another an entity that is being synced. But using ServiceNow, if there's anything else that you want to sync, that is problem, request item, change request. So all these things you can add immediately, you can add into the outgoing sync and almost sync all the ServiceNow entities that you want. So how to do that, you can find it here. And there are also a lot of other scripts that we have ready-made available on the Exilate documentation as well. Let me briefly tell you what actually happens into the outgoing sync and the incoming sync. If, for example, we consider this line, so the table name is incident, so you're sending an incident, and out of that incident's description is saved into something which is called as replica. And you can see that replica is there for almost everything on the left hand side for the outgoing sync. Now, what it means is that replica acts like an empty placeholder. You just stuff whatever information it is that you want to send over to the other side into replica, and then go to the other side and then remove all the things that you want from the replica and save it onto and apply it locally onto the destination side. For instance, right now you're saving the ServiceNow incidents description into something which is called as replica.description. This outgoing sync is received in the incoming sync of the Jira side, where you are copying this replica description and saving it into the issues description. So this is the kind of mapping you have. Similarly, on Jira, you can see that the issues description is copied into the replicas description. And if you can see, if it's the first sync, you are creating an entity incident by default, but you can choose to create any other ServiceNow entity here. And if this incident that you're syncing, then the replicas description, that is the issues description from the Jira side, is copied back into the incident description on the ServiceNow side. So this is the mapping that is going to control what information you want to send or receive. Now, suppose, for instance, you do not want to send the description from ServiceNow for the incident. So you simply comment it and you click on publish to save those changes, and that's it. Your description will not go to the Jira side. Similarly, if there's something that you additionally want to send, I've already told you that you can add newer scripts here, and you could keep adding scripts for whatever information you want to change. And it also is true for the incoming sync. You can just comment it and those things will not get sent over or received. Now, I have told you that rules, like I said, is going to help you decide what information you want to send. Triggers, on the other hand, decide when you want to send that information. So suppose I want to send information from ServiceNow to Jira whenever the assignment group is, suppose, application development. So all incidents that are belonging to the group application development should be synced over to the Jira side automatically. So that's when you create triggers. Now, these apply for both Jira and ServiceNow because independently, like I told you, you need to control that. But let me start by just showing you how to create triggers on the Jira side. I click on this create trigger button, and I have to first select the entity to which the trigger is applied to. It's applied to the issue right now. And in the if section, you have to give Jira query language, that this is the language which is used for entering or filtering the information here. So basically anything that you can search using JQL, you could enter here. So suppose I want to sync labels, issues that have labels demo, and issue type is task. So I'm syncing issue types task that have a label demo over to the ServiceNow side. So this is, this is a trigger. You can add notes, and don't forget to activate the trigger and then click on add. Now this trigger, you can see that it's been reflected here. You can edit it, you can delete it, and then you click on publish to save these changes. Now, again, on the ServiceNow side, you have to create a trigger. You can create triggers for all these ServiceNow entities, you see. So the incident is the one that I'm going to choose right now for the purpose of this tutorial. And here you have to use the ServiceNow advanced search syntax to filter the issues that you need to send over to the other side. Now, let me quickly show you how to do it on ServiceNow. It's pretty simple. So if you go to incidents in ServiceNow, and there's a filter button here, you just click that button. Yeah, and you choose, for example, like I told you just now, that I want to sync incidents. So the assignment group is suppose application development. Yeah, so I want to sync all these incidents that are belong to the assignment group application development. You can choose to use and or whatever is your particular case, and you click on run. All you need to do is right click and copy this query. Once it's copied to your clipboard, you simply go and paste it here. It's that simple. So once that is done, you can write here that this is a trigger on the ServiceNow side, maybe syncing incidents belonging to the assignment group application development. Yeah, and you click on activating the trigger, and you click on add there. And don't forget to publish the changes. Now we're all set. Incidents and issues are going to be automatically synced according to the conditions that we have set. So let's go to the ServiceNow side, and you start by creating a new incident. Now I'm just assigning a caller here because that is a mandatory field. Yeah, and you can assign whatever it is that you want here. And yeah, so my group is here already. It's written that it's application development, so this should be synced over to the Jira side. So this is an incident going over to the Jira side, and this is the description. Now, once I'm done entering this, I save this incident. And once it is saved, like I told you, you have to check what is the status of this. So I'm copying this, I'm going to connections, entity sync status, and seeing if this incident has been copied over to the Jira side or not. So as you can see that it is in progress. So Exilate has already taken this incident up. And let us go to the Jira side here. Yeah, so you can see that the incident has been synced. You could, if you have admin access, you could directly open this incident like I showed you the last time. And this short description in ServiceNow is going to become the summary in Jira. And the description in ServiceNow is going to turn out to be the description in Jira. And you can also change if you want the description. So I'm saving this. You can add a comment from Jira. And you can click on save. Yeah. And as you can see here, I have changed the description and the comment. Now, the good thing about Jira here is that you could always see what is the status of your sync right inside the issue view. So if you just scroll down a little, you'll be seeing the Exilate panel inside the issue view. If you click on this, you can see the status here. So it's already being updated on the ServiceNow side. So if you can see, yeah, the comment has been reflected. And if you've changed the description, that's reflected also. So you could also choose to comment from the ServiceNow side, and it will get synced over. Right. So I'm clicking on save. And it will, of course, be synced over to the Jira side. Now, this was just a brief explanation of how Exilate would work for a Jira to ServiceNow sync. And it's very, very simple to configure and get started with. If you want advanced scripts, you can add those advanced scripts as well. Again, if you have to show this, you could also create an issue type that is of the type task. So I'm choosing task, and this is an issue going over to ServiceNow. And this is the description. And I will assign a label demo. All right, and I'm just creating this to just show you how easy it is to also sync it over to the ServiceNow side. So if you can see it in the Exilate panels, it's already been taken up. And likewise, once it's synchronized, you can pass every information that you have in the rules tab back and forth. So this was it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If there are any questions that you have, please feel free to drop them in the description below. Please like and subscribe our channel to follow more of what videos we will be posting. So that's it from my side. Thank you. Bye-bye.